Hello. In this video, we will learn about if-else statements. If-else statements are decision-making statements in C. The if statement evaluates the test expression within the parentheses. If the test expression evaluates to true, then the statements inside the body of if is executed, and if the test expression evaluates to false, the statements inside the if body is not executed. Now let us look at a code. In this code, we enter a number and check that if the number is less than 5, then this printf statement you have entered a number less than 5 will be printed. If not, only this statement you are out of the if block will be printed. So let's run this program. We are entering a number that is less than 5, so let's enter 3. As you can see that the statement you have entered a number less than 5 is printed, which means that the statement evaluates to true, hence the control goes inside the if block and the if block is executed. Now let's enter a number that is greater than 5. As you can see, only the statement that is out of the if block is executed. Now the if statement is usually used in combination with the else statement. If the test expression is evaluated to true, then the if block is evaluated and the else block is skipped. On the other hand, if the test expression is evaluated to false, then the statements inside of if is not executed, but the statement inside else is executed. So now in this code, we are adding the else block, where if the number entered is less than 5, then the if block will be executed, but if the number entered is greater than 5, then the else block will be executed. So now let's run the program. So let's enter suppose 6. Then you can see that the number entered is greater than 5, which means that the else statement is executed. And let's run it again and enter a number that is less than 5, and the if statement is executed. The if-else statement executes two different codes depending upon whether the test expression is true or false. Sometimes the choice has to be made from more than two possibilities. The if-else ladder allows you to check between multiple test expressions and execute different statements. So in this code, we are entering two numbers, and in the first if statement, we are checking that if the two entered numbers are equal or not. If yes, then this block will be executed. If not, then in the next else if statement, it checks that if the number 1 is greater than number 2 and prints it if this expression evaluates to true. If this expression also evaluates to false, then the if statement is executed. So now let's run the code. So let's enter 6 and 7. Then 6 is less than 7, which means that the else block runs in this case. So now let's run it again. And now we are giving 7 and 6. In this case, the else if block runs. And now let's run it with 7, 7. And now the if block runs. Now, if we include an if-else statement inside the body of another if-else statement, then it is known as a nested if-else. So now let's go back to the code. Now this code is similar to the last code, but instead of using if and else if, we are using nested if else. So first we are entering the two numbers, then we are giving the if condition that if the number 1 is greater than equal to number 2, then the if block will be executed. So if the number is greater than equal to number 2, the control enters the if block. Then it checks whether the number 1 is equal to number 2 or not. If true, then the if block inside gets executed, that is the printf statement is printed. If not, that is if the number is greater than 2, then the else block is printed. and if the number is less than number 2, then this if block is not executed and the control comes here and it prints that the result that the number 1 is less than number 2. So now let's run this program and enter 6 and 7. It will give the same result as the previous one. And that's all for now. Thank you for your patient listening. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for further videos on this course. Thank you.